So just got one of these little Honda 2200 inverter generators, and it's really stupid that these things do not come with an hour meter. I really wish that they would. They tell you, change the oil on this schedule based on so many hours, and spark plug and so on and so forth. But without an hour meter, how the fuck are you supposed to know how many hours you got on it? I mean, okay, I'm sure some people probably keep a little log or whatever, but I ain't got time for that. So put in a little hour meter up top, just like basically everybody else does that has one of these. And I'm pretty sure approximately 10,000 videos on YouTube of these generators and people installing hour meters and all that kind of shit. So on one hand, I didn't really want to add to that. I didn't feel like it was necessary. On the other hand, I was never all that excited with how people were wiring them in. Granted, I know I haven't watched every video out there, but I figured I'd make this one here. So I wired it into right here, and so my hour meter wires only run from right here up this guy here right to there. I do not go all the way forward into these guys. And I guess for those that don't know, they do have a 12 volt charging port on the front of it, and so you can just tie the hour meter into there. From what I saw, most people run them all the way to the front here, or bear with me right quick. Or they get one of these little dudes right here, these little tiny tack. All you have to do with these is wrap the red wire around the spark plug wire. They do actually come with a ground, but mine broke off years ago, and it actually works just fine without the ground wire on there. But whether it's going to hold up over time or not, I don't know. But shit, I think it broke at this point 2 years ago or something like that. And it's still working just fine. But yeah, so anyways, this red wire would wrap around the spark plug like so. And that's how that hour meter works. I guess it just picks up the magnetic impulse of when the plug fires. And this one here actually goes to the air compressor on my truck. I just was changing a bunch of shit around and everything, and so I had to take it off. But not because it doesn't work or anything. You see it's still reading hours. Works just fine. I just was rearranging stuff on the truck. And God, I think I've had this I don't know, 7 or 8 years, something like that. Battery hasn't died yet. I don't know how long they last for, but it's at least 7 or 8 years. Anyways, so I didn't want to do that because you see it comes with a whole fucking bird's nest of wire. In the manual it says not to cut these down. I don't know if you can or not, but obviously it works without the ground wire. So maybe I will try cutting with these down at some point. But what I didn't want to do was install these up top and then have it protruding from the top surface. Okay, granted this one does, but I mean barely at all. So anyways, I traced the wires out from the front plug here down through here, and this little connector, I mean, yeah, I know camera work sucks, deal with it, down to this connector right here. And so if I can try and illustrate this here, the factory wire is a white and red, and white wire with a red trace, that's a positive, and then the black wire with a red trace right here is the positive wire, right? Did I get that fucked up? White with red trace is positive. Black with red trace is negative. And so I just soldered my 12 volt hour meter wire onto these guys, plug this back in here, and plug this guy back into here, and then that will be my hour meter installed on this little bastard. And I don't know how to edit videos yet or anything, so I'm not gonna make you sit here and wait while I put all this shit back together, but I will put it all back together and fire it up, make sure it runs.